What's good, man? It's your boy Z. Man, I'm back with a video, and I'm going to basically tell you why the Washington Redskins passed up on signing Colin Kaepernick, why they decided to go in the direction of Mark Sanchez. And before I continue, you must have understanding of this. I've said this in my other videos. I told y'all, for my listeners, my subscribers, I told you reasons why he didn't get signed, okay? And it stems from them 2 seasons, his last 2 starts, right? The team went 2-14 and the team went 1-16. And both of those starts, Kaepernick only won one game out of 16. That's not going to get the job done now. Okay, that's matter of fact, on average, if any quarterback in the league was to go only win one game out of 16, they're fired. Okay? I can name a time where Indianapolis had this one quarterback, right? And I basically done forgot his name. It'll come back to me. But he was drafted in the first round. This is after Peyton Manning left. But this man lost, like, I think he won only, I think, like 2 or 3 games out of 16. This dude literally was like, he lost most of the majority of the season. He was fired. Cody Kessler, gone. Brady Quinn, gone. Look how many other quarterbacks Cleveland has had in the past. They're gone. Jacksonville, too. Blaine Gabbert, bust. Okay? Gone. Jamarcus Russell, gone. Okay? And whenever time a quarterback goes 1-16 in the league, you don't expect to get signed at all. They're going to be tossed aside, or they're going to be a backup for the rest of their career. Okay, so y'all got to understand that, man. There's a lot of teams that over the last like 2 years, or last is like 2017, you know what I'm saying, have not taken Kaepernick because of that last start. And not only that, again, and that's why I've been telling y'all before, the man has had opportunities, okay? This ain't like no team reached out to him. The Seattle Seahawks gave him opportunity. The man didn't want to stop them, and then he didn't want to take a backup role. Okay, he didn't want to set the money they wanted, so, you know what I'm saying, Kaepernick turned him down. Okay, it's like I said, Seattle tried to give him a chance. He didn't know what he wanted to do. Then on top of that, the Denver Broncos and John Elway offered him a deal, okay? John Elway offered him a contract. He turned it down because he didn't want to take the $160 million. That $160 million, he wanted to still keep one of the Broncos to accept that, which John Elway figured, no, I'm not going to pay you $160 million. You only won one game, okay? And that's what Kaepernick, because the Broncos had just defeated the Carolina Panthers in Super Bowl 50. Did take the job, all right? So you think about it, right? And remember, the job he opted out on, okay? If your team went 1-16, that means the entire team did bad. You did bad as well. I'm tired of people always bringing this up, this argument, oh, Kaepernick was on a bad team. Like, no, there's no one-man team, okay? Me being an athlete myself, we all know this, and we've been taught this by our coaches, that everybody takes equal responsibility. Especially you being a quarterback, you're a leader of the team. You're one of the captains, okay? If the entire team did terrible that season, you did just as bad, okay? People act like Kaepernick is Kobe Bryant, like he Barry Sanders. He didn't win nothing, okay? The man ain't Tom Brady. All right, he ain't none of these other quarterbacks. He's like I say, he's not nobody special. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not a Russell Wilson. He's none of those guys. Okay, this man didn't win no ring. Yeah, sure, he took the 49ers to the Super Bowl, but Alex Smith could have did the same thing the previous season. And I'm gonna get to Alex Smith in just a few minutes because that's gonna be the whole main reason why I'm finna discuss this. But no, y'all need to understand this for the people who listen to this video, okay? And for you you like you say, you pro-blacks, the revolutionaries that's been defending Cap, y'all need to understand it. Y'all need to go back and watch those 2 seasons he started. Okay, because 16 touchdowns for 2,000 yards and 4 interceptions, that ain't nothing. The average quarterback is getting 3,000 yards. Quarterbacks like Wilson, Brady, Big Ben, and Aaron Rodgers, okay, Newton, and all those and even Breeze, those quarterbacks are getting 4,000 yards. Okay. Sometimes 5,000 depending on what season they're having. Okay? Look at Jared Goff and look at Jared Goff now. Even he's getting up to 4,000 some yards by the time the season's over. Okay? 2,000 yards ain't nothing. That's below level. That's below. That's low tier right there. 2,000 yards, you at the bottom of the list. You in between 7 and 22, 25 and under. Okay, yeah, 2,000 yards. That's something for a running back, but for a quarterback, no. Okay, see, a lot of people that's defending Kaepernick actually don't watch football at all. They don't. They don't understand what they look at. They don't understand stats. All right. So let's get the understanding now. That man did horrible. Out of all that protesting he was doing, that man wasn't even trying to win that many games. Because I'm going to say it like I said it before. His protesting ain't got nothing to do with winning football games in the league. The NFL is a business, okay? These GMs, these owners, they got to protect their team. All right? They got to do what they got to do what they do to win games. And when you lose games, you lose money. You lose your fan base, okay? You got people who are season ticket holders, all right? You got investors, all right? They pay you money. They invest money into your stadium for you to win games, not for you to lose games, all right? And be remind you, even though the Niners had a strong fan base, okay, they do have 5 Super Bowl rings. Still, man, Kaepernick wasn't taking no more. He didn't win. He didn't win a Super Bowl. He couldn't come back neither because the following season, after taking him to a Super Bowl, you lose in your second NFC Championship. He threw an interception over to Richard Sherman. Michael Crabtree was covered that time. There was no way Crabtree was going to make that pass. Then on top of that, after losing to Seattle, you go 8-8 in Santa Clara when they move out of Candlestick. So let's stop making these excuses. Let's not act like Kaepernick didn't have a bad season while his career was already plummeting. See, real football players, fans like me, and people who have played the game, they see what is going on already. They know. It's only these liberal, it's only these these pro-blacks, these so-called revolutionaries. You know what I'm saying? You liberals that keep trying to turn this into a racial issue, which is not. I can name many black quarterbacks that's been in the league, been just as good as Kaepernick, they ain't in the league now for whichever reason. From Vince Young, you know what I'm saying? Byron Leftwich, Michael Vick, okay? David Gerard, Josh Freeman, okay? Aaron Brooks, Quincy Carter, all these quarterbacks, okay? I could continue to go down. Go down the line. He ain't the only black quarterback. You got other black quarterbacks in the league who also draft picks, like Deshaun Kaiser. Okay? You got Geno Smith. All right? Brett Hundley. The brother who's back up in New England 2 years ago, Vincent Brissetti. I think his name's Vincent. He went to the Colts, who got traded to the Colts. Man, you got him in the league, man. There's other black quarterbacks. He ain't the only one. All right? So all this blackball stuff, I'm tired of hearing that. I really am. Y'all got, it's enough of this blackballing, for real. No, Kaepernick ain't getting blackballed. It's just no GM, no coach, and no owner wants to trust him no more because he's too much of a locker room issue. Let's be honest. This man for a whole year, 2-3 years, and he said nothing after he opted out of his contract. After he told the Niners, I don't want to be here no more. I'm opt out of my contract so I can go to another team. Knowing full well, you just can't opt out of a contract and your team and went 1-16. There's nobody going to want to take a chance on you, but after he opted out, he ain't said nothing. Everybody else has spoken up for him, okay? Everybody else has spoken up on his behalf. That's obviously not helping him now because Ness Nitty, his girlfriend, who is Alden Smith's ex, by the way, okay? And I'm going to keep bringing it up, too, because literally, Alden Smith and Kaepernick had a fallout over that girl, okay? Because Alden Smith felt betrayed by Kaepernick. He told Kaepernick, well, why are you getting with my female? And I just showed you who Ness Nitty really is. You know what I'm saying? She's a locker room hopper. She's a team hopper, all right? You don't go from one football player to another in that same locker room. As soon as Alden Smith got shipped over to Oakland, she got right with Kaepernick. Okay, so what does that look like? But that's neither here or there. Ness Nitty basically screwed him up with the Baltimore Ravens. She sent out a very racial tweet. And again, this is another reason why teams is basically don't want to risk taking a chance with him. Because if you Ness Nitty, how your man trying to get into the league, but you calling the owners a slave master and gonna call Ray Lewis who's trying to stick his neck out for Kaepernick a house slave? Okay, that's not a bad look at all. Kaepernick didn't say nothing about it. That's a terrible look. Okay, and I'm not going to mention the Miami Dolphins situation. Here wearing that Fidel Castro shirt said "Great minds think alike." That was a bad look neither because that's a communist. The owner didn't want to take a chance of being called a communist, so you would have signed him after he was wearing that shirt in Miami, knowing full well what Fidel Castro did to them Cubans when he was still alive. Fidel Castro murdered thousands of people, hundreds. Y'all go read about him. But anyways, man, and just look at something else that's transpired. Yeah, okay, it's good that he donated money, okay, supposedly millions of dollars, but what's that got to do with you protesting against police brutality? You know what I'm saying? How many black men that got harassed since he done took a knee? And that still has done nothing? Okay? How many black folks have been killed since he been taking a knee? Man, y'all ask yourselves that. Kaepernick never had an end game at all. Yet you call yourself a revolutionary. Yet y'all trying to compare him to Muhammad Ali. Y'all need to stop that BS. Stop it. Yeah, he's not a revolutionary at all. Okay? He never was. I told y'all from the very beginning, the first time I did that video, back 2 years ago, what was going on. I told you this was all about him not getting his way on the football field. Okay? Because the Niners decided to restructure his contract. They was going to pay him $160 million no more. Kaepernick said, no, I'm not taking it no more. It's not good enough. All right? This is about money he wasn't getting no more. About him not getting the max deal, so he took it out on his team. Okay? Look at this, man. This man don't want to play no football. He ain't said nothing for a whole year. And that's another thing, too. I'm tired every time I turn on Fox, or turn on first Undisputed, First Take. They got to break up Colin Kaepernick's name every time a quarterback come down. Have y'all realized that yet? This man sued the league. Kaepernick suing the NFL over this grievance was stupid as hell. It was the most dumbest move he could have ever done. Listening, once again, to Black Lives Matter. And I told y'all about them in my other video. Go look at my Black Lives Matter video. I told you the truth about that. Because Black Lives Matter is not really there for black folks like that at all. When you really need them, they're not around. All right? That's all George Soros. Now, he's a crook himself, okay? That man, that man don't got no black folks' good intentions at heart. He don't. He don't got their best interests at heart. He got them looking stupid. He got black folks embarrassing themselves. He got black folks out here begging for supposedly the white man who they're mad about, for white folks to basically apologize for what they people did us 400 years ago. Some of these white folks ain't gonna never apologize for how they did us at all, or how they people treat us. Okay, so that's stupid right there. And when it comes to stopping black on black violence, they're not gonna do that either. No, Kaepernick does not really care. Okay, you can't sit there and try to protest, but you have an end game. Yet long has he ever even went to the White House to try to even speak to Donald Trump and try to get certain things changed. He has not done that. Yet you gonna get on Malcolm Jenkins. You go sick Eric Reed to get on Michael Jenkins, which was totally embarrassing. That's another reason y'all need to look at too. Eric Reed wants the Carolina Panthers decide to give him another chance, okay? Let him back in the league because they really was in need of a safety, so they chose Eric Reed, despite he had an offer to Tennessee that he turned down, okay? I don't know if I reported it or not, but no, I think I might have did a video on it. It might have got deleted. I might have did a video on Eric Reed, but yeah. I might have forgot, but Eric Reed had an offer to the Titans, which he turned down. Where he was actually turning down. He didn't make the fight there, okay. But the Carolina Panthers, they gave him another chance. Okay, they signed you to a contract. Eric Reed, if you wanted to confront Malcolm Jenkins like a decent human being, you should have waited till after the game was over, or during pregame. You don't wait till the coin toss, because when the coin toss come around, it's captains only. Eric Reed is not a captain at all. Okay? That was only for Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, and some other player to come out there. Eric Reed had no business out there on the coin toss confronting Michael Jenkins and all and embarrass himself on camera. And you look the way he was looking with his eyes like this, Eric Reed was acting like he was on something. I'm serious, man. That's what the NFL kept on drug testing for. But they was doing more than this drug testing. They asked them questions about Kaepernick and this whole grievance thing. That's another reason why Redskins and these teams are not trying to sign Kaepernick, because he's an agent of chaos. And then all Kaepernick go do after that game, after the Eagles and the Panthers game is over, he gonna tweet to Eric Reed, "Oh, Eric Reed, enough said." Like he was basically happy with that. Okay? No, man, that's not gonna get you to the NFL at all. That's just a bunch of nonsense. Y'all need to wake up and realize what's going on. This man don't freaking care at all. And he really didn't lose nothing either. But now I'm gonna get back to the point why the Redskins is not gonna sign him, right? Now, I done saw Undisputed and I done saw First Take. First of all, Max Kellerman, you saying that the Redskins sided Ruben and Foster's like giving him a bone, that was offensive on many levels, okay? That was clearly the wrong thing to say, okay? Max, it's not for you to decide if they're going to give him a bone or not. For one, Ruben Foster's not a dog, okay? He's a human being. And two, they was in need of Ruben Foster's services anyway. Ruben Foster's case is not in the same boat as Kareem Hunt, because Ruben Foster's domestic violence, he basically admit to that 49ers. He admit to that team he was on about what happened. So they been knew that this was going on anyway, okay? He was honest about it. He didn't lie. Kareem Hunt lied about the whole thing. Now the videotape that came out, everything that came on to light. That's why Chiefs had to release Kareem Hunt, because he lied about that stuff. He lied about punching that woman in the face and kicking her while she was down. But Ruben Foster, he's not on videotape doing this. Kareem Hunt is. Okay? And the Redskins already had to deal with Doug Collins' comments on that, where he had to apologize. But no, man, I done heard y'all. Even then, man, it's y'all don't still realizing this yet, right? And I'm surprised Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, I'm surprised they ain't discussed this man's name at all. Y'all forget, right? Alex Smith was on the 49ers when Colin Kaepernick took over his job, right? Took over his star job as a backup. Remember, Colin Kaepernick got drafted to the 49ers in the 2012 season, 2011-2012, right? When Alex Smith was playing in a season where he beat the New Orleans Saints in the divisional round, then went to the NFC Championship against the New York Giants. Okay? They would have had that bald head idiot kick returner or punt returner with a just fair catch like this. Those said just took a knee at the the 20-30 yard line and allowed Alex Smith to take a knee and run down the clock. The 49ers would have beaten the New England Patriots and played in that Super Bowl. Okay? Against the the 49ers would have been on their way to play against the New England Patriots against Tom Brady in that Super Bowl. It would have been Alex Smith versus Brady. Eli Manning wouldn't even been there, okay? But because of that punt return decided to try to be a hero and run the ball and got hit and fumbled, they lost, okay? And just the following season, okay, Alex Smith, I think, played for maybe 4 or 5 games. He gets hurt with a concussion. He's out for 7 games. They throw Colin Kaepernick in, and Kaepernick starts going on a hot streak, okay? Jim Harbaugh was able to use and utilize Colin Kaepernick's play style, which he put in the wing option, the wing T. That helped out for the 49ers. They was on a roll. But could Alex Smith get his spot back? No. Okay? So y'all got to understand that. That was Alex Smith's team before Kaepernick came there. And it can be an argument right now. It's very debatable. It had the 49ers decide to bench Colin Kaepernick during the playoffs and put Alex Smith back in there. And Alex Smith leads this team to a Super Bowl. Who knows what would have happened? Alex Smith might have would have won that game for him. Okay? But see, I know a lot of these analysts don't talk about that at all. They don't. They forgot all about Alex Smith. That's why till this day, Alex Smith don't like the 49ers at all. He hates them with a passion. Okay? I'm going to break up another example. It's just like the year the Broncos defeated Carolina, right? Peyton Manning was basically 39, 47 years old with a neck injury, right? He's out. Like, again, he's out for like half of the season. He was out for a lot of games, right? But Osweiler comes in there. Yeah, that's his name, Osweiler, right? Brock. He comes in there and wins 7 games in a row. Okay? Literally gets hot. Just like what happened to Kaepernick. Just what Kaepernick did with the 49ers, Osweiler did the same exact thing with Denver. But see, this what separates Kubiak from Harbaugh. Kubiak decided to put Peyton Manning back in there when they played San Diego. This was the last game of the season in the halftime. Bench Osweiler, who was basically had a chance to win that game. He didn't give Osweiler a chance to try to win that game because you didn't even need Peyton Manning to come back in there at all. You could have waited till the playoffs, but you bench Osweiler, you put Peyton Manning back in there. Peyton Manning finishes, goes to the playoffs. Thanks to that defense that Von Miller was on. Von Miller, they had Akeem Talib. They had T.J. Ward. That defense was balling. That was the best defense in the league, right? That defense was able to hold down Tom Brady enough to win that game. That was a good rated defense. That was the number 1 defense in the league. That defense took him all the way. Okay? That same defense could show up for Osweiler. But no. Kubiak figured, okay, Peyton Manning's a star. He's the captain of this team. I got to put him back in. So thus, Peyton Manning was able to finish the season winning a Super Bowl title as being the captain of that team. Jim Harbaugh didn't do the same thing for Alex Smith, which is, to me, was kind of questionable there. That didn't really make sense at all. But again, he was the head coach, so he could make his decisions. But again, none of y'all talk about that at all, right? Alex Smith being a Caucasian quarterback gets his spot taken by Kaepernick, who's a black quarterback, okay? Alex Smith couldn't get his job back at all. And then what's crazy, and this is the messed up part about it, they released Alex Smith just after that season was over. Just when the 49ers lost that Super Bowl to the Ravens, who was going to be gone? Alex Smith. Okay, Alex Smith didn't even get a chance to come back the following season and redeem himself after that. He was gone. Okay, he got injured, but that happens to any starting quarterback. The fact that Alex Smith couldn't get his team back was not fair to him. But again, Black Lives Matter don't think about that at all. Why? Because it's all about their people, which is clearly racist. I told you, I'm not down with Black Lives Matter at all. And that's what basically Kaepernick is working with. Okay? So you want to talk about somebody being blackballed, somebody not being treated fairly. Alex Smith wasn't being treated fairly at all. But again, despite all that, they keep Kaepernick in there. But then look what happened, all right? They lose the NFC Championship game to Seattle, which they should have won. The 49ers had a chance to win that game. They didn't win it at all. They lose. After that, they go 8-8 because Harbaugh got into it with the GM over Kapernick. And then Kaepernick speak up on Jim Harbaugh, trying to defend Harbaugh. Oh, hell no. Okay? Y'all want to know the reason why Jim Harbaugh left? Because the GM told Harbaugh, I don't want him using the wing option because I don't want him to end up like RG3. Okay? RG3 got hurt trying to run and scramble using option plays. That's not going to work no more. Most traditional quarterbacks, most NFL quarterbacks are in the pocket. They're not running option plays like that. That's why Tim Tebow didn't last that long. Okay? Because his style of play don't fit in with the NFL. So y'all gotta understand this, man. The reason why Colin Kaepernick's not getting signed because his style of play does not fit in with these playbooks these coaches are running. Okay? Belichick, Ron Rivera, all these guys, okay? They're running different style of playbooks. Mike McCorkey was running a different style of playbook with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers wasn't just running like that all the time. Okay? Y'all need to understand that, man. Like, there's quarterbacks who fit in good with the NFL, and there's quarterbacks who are good in college. They're just not good NFL quarterbacks. All right? So y'all got to understand that, man. Like, Colin Kaepernick was just not that good of a quarterback. At least not in the NFL, because he can't throw it. He's not that good of a thrower. Not to forget to mention, he doesn't know how to read the defense. He don't know how to audible well. He don't know how to tell receivers routes. He don't know how to do none of that. Okay? Harbaugh was just that good of an NFL coach. Okay? Because y'all forget, Harbaugh played for NFL back in the day. I remember when Harbaugh was an Indianapolis Colt. If I'm not mistaken, he was an Indianapolis Colt, and he might have been a Raven too. But that's just where I remember Harbaugh. So Harbaugh already had an understanding how the NFL system is ran. Okay? That's how good Harbaugh was. And even in college, he got Michigan looking good. They were a top 25 team. They're not doing so good now because they can't beat Ohio, but still. Jim Harbaugh was that good of a coach. Because y'all forget, Alex Smith's stats was just as good as Kaepernick's just that season before. Okay, Alex Smith was hot that season. Y'all forget, man, Alex Smith eliminated Drew Brees in the playoffs for the first time in his career. Okay? So let's get that out the way now, man. For real. All this, Colin Kaepernick didn't have no help. That's no excuse, man. It really ain't. Because you done had Torrey Smith, you done had Carlos Hyde, you done had Anquan Bolden. You had help. He had pieces already. Alright? Y'all need to stop with that with excuses. Y'all don't watch football at all. Y'all really don't. But no, man. The reason why the Redskins ain't signing Kaepernick because they know how Alex Smith feel about it. And maybe that's what y'all need to understand too. Maybe the reason why Colin Kaepernick is not in the league now on this topic because maybe there's other football players in the league that told their coaches and GMs, no, we don't want him on there. Maybe that's why. Because they know as soon as you bring Kaepernick on there, you're going to get all this media attention. You're going to get all these cameras come up in there, right? And they're going to be waiting for a player to do something. They will go wait for a coach to do something wrong that will go against Kaepernick not starting no more. They'll wait for every opportunity they'll bring in. Maybe they don't want that no more. Okay, yeah, they was not against that. Okay, they was right out with Kaepernick when he protested. Okay, they all took it too, despite what Trump said. All right. But again, all this stuff about the collusion cases is nonsense because again, he had offers. All right, was nobody against that protest. But y'all gotta understand, Colin Kaepernick protest against police brutality is an off-the-field issue. It has nothing to do with winning a football game. A lot of these football players want to win games. They don't want to lose. They tired of losing. All right? Teams like the Dolphins, Browns, Jets, Giants, okay? Teams like the Texans, Jaguars, they not about to be losing games. They're sick and tired of it. You got players in the league that's going to be coming to the league who will never have a chance to go play for a Super Bowl, let alone a conference championship. So these GMs and these owners got to do what they got to do to win football games. Colin Kaepernick's not winning nobody nothing. I'm sorry, man. He's just not. Okay? Because Colin Kaepernick was really that great of a quarterback. When Harbaugh changed that playbook, he would have been able to adjust and adapt to it like most other quarterbacks. Okay? So let's get that out the way now. A lot of y'all that's offended Kaepernick have not even played football a day in your life. Let alone play the quarterback position. You don't understand how difficult that is. When it comes down to play quarterback, you got to know how to adapt. You got to know how to adjust. You got to know how to trust your offensive line. Kaepernick cannot do that. But again, right, Alex Smith is still the starting quarterback, all right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, Alex Smith signed a contract for I think it was 2 or 3 years. He signed a big contract with the Redskins. So Alex Smith is going to be returning from injury next season as a starter, right? So say the Redskins was to put Kaepernick back in, right? But let's say Kaepernick is put back in, but he starts losing the next two games. Because I think we only got 4 more weeks left, okay? After this week, we only got 3 more weeks left. the Redskins still got a shot to basically win the division according to how good the Cowboys and the Eagles do. Because the Giants, you can count them out. The Giants have lost too many games. They lost 8 games. They're out of the picture. Okay, I'm not even going to mention the Giants. Okay, they don't care about the playoffs right now. They trying to rebuild a team. Right now, the NFC East is between the Cowboys, Redskins, and the Eagles. The Eagles just won. The Eagles just beat the Redskins, okay? The Redskins just lost, so now the Eagles and the Cowboys got to battle each other. Like I said, the Redskins still got a slight chance, all right? It's about this much of a chance, right? They going to need whichever quarterback they got to basically really step up, all right? Because Colt McCoy and Alex Smith are both out. That's a 1 or 2. They signed Mark Sanchez because Mark Sanchez, again, despite the butt fumble, Mark Sanchez was in like 2 AFC championships we had Rex Ryan. So it's been proven that if Mark Sanchez has the right playbook, he can win your games. Remember, under Chip Kelly, he did go 10-5. Now, of course, he didn't do good with the Cowboys because we were just like 2015 was just terrible that year. All right, we were just not that good at all. But still, Sanchez has proven he can win you some games under the right playbook. Okay, so let's not act like Mark Sanchez didn't really do that good. Was sorry his whole career. But again, I don't see how these analysts can bring up Kaepernick's better than these other backups. And this man only won 1 game in his last 2 starts, which is horrible. Okay, I mean terrible. But again, they don't care. They're looking at color. They're looking at Kaepernick being blackballed. It's just stupid. Y'all need to stop bringing up Kaepernick's name because he don't care about playing football. He really don't. So that's what the Redskins probably thought about. All right, because they thought we still got Alex Smith on a contract. They bring Kaepernick in there, knowing Alex Smith is still is injured, and knowing that Alex Smith is going to want to come back. Alex Smith is not going to put up with Kaepernick trying to take his spot next summer. That's not going to happen in the offseason. I'm letting you know right now. Redskins are trying to avoid tension in that locker room. Because I can guarantee you, right? Let's say they sign Colin Kaepernick, right? Colin Kaepernick wins like 2 or 3 games, but they lose at whichever reason. Let's say during the offseason, right? Colin Kaepernick is still in the contract, but you got Alex Smith. Alex Smith's going to want to start. He's going to want his spot back. He's not going to be wanting to compete for Colin Kaepernick, trying to take his spot. And you not know if Alex Smith winds up starting over Kaepernick, you not know how many people going to start complaining over that? How many people going to start trying to protest that Colin Kaepernick's not being treated fairly? You're going to get these analysts, you're going to get Shannon Sharp on there trying to say, oh, Colin Kaepernick should start over Alex Smith. Oh, Colin Kaepernick is a much better quarterback than Alex Smith. He took the 49ers to the Super Bowl. Alex Smith didn't take the 49ers to the Super Bowl. You're going to be getting those type of conversations. And what do you think the owner and the coach got to think when they got to keep hearing this? All right? That's why the Redskins ain't doing it, because they know that Alex Smith's job was taken away from Kaepernick the last time. They're not going to have what went down with the 49ers going on in this type of locker room. They not. That's what went down with the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? It was tension between them quarterbacks. Okay? Alex Smith didn't like the fact that he couldn't get back into the Super Bowl. He couldn't get a chance to redeem himself in the playoffs because they kept Alex Smith. They kept Kaepernick over him. No, the Redskins ain't finna go through that no more. Knowing that these liberals, these pro-blacks on the internet is pushing for Kaepernick. Okay? And even then, imagine how Jay Gruden is gonna have to go through that. That's another thing. Jay Gruden don't feel like going through the drama no more with no Kaepernick and Alex Smith. He don't feel like that. Y'all gotta think about how he feels right now. All right? So that's again. That explains why the Redskins passed up on him, Max Kellerman. That explains Max Kellerman, Shannon Sharp, Steve A. That's why the Redskins are not signing Kaepernick. I'm going to let y'all know right now. It has something to do with Alex Smith. Alex Smith probably told him don't sign that dude, all right? So you got to stand there. Alex Smith ain't finna be putting up with that no more, all right? Alex Smith basically did good as a Redskin this season. I'll give him that. If Alex Smith wouldn't have got hurt, who knows, man? Redskins will probably at least be up 9 or 10 games right now. I'll be honest. All right. My Cowboys could not beat the Redskins with Alex Smith at quarterback. My defense, the Cowboys defense had problems against Alex Smith. Alex Smith is a consistent quarterback, and Colin Kaepernick is not better than Alex Smith. I'm gonna tell you that now. So y'all can't bring up that argument. So for you pro-blacks, you liberals, you radicals that want to come on my video and talk that trash, you cannot tell me that Colin Kaepernick's better than Alex Smith because Alex Smith didn't have a chance to prove himself. Okay? When Alex Smith took over the starting role for the 49ers, Alex Smith was off injured with a concussion. Okay? So you really can't say that because he didn't have a chance to prove himself. The season before, Colin Kaepernick got drafted, Alex Smith was ahead of the New York Giants in that NFC Championship game. If you don't believe me, go back and go look at the 2011-2012 season. And you can see for yourself. All right? But again, the fact remains is, Alex Smith stayed consistent in the playoffs, okay? Let's just be honest. Yeah, the 49ers were slightly better than the Chiefs, but Alex Smith stayed consistent. Alex Smith didn't go 8-8 like Kaepernick did. Okay? This has been proven already. Yeah, in Alex Smith's earlier career before, because y'all forget, man, Alex Smith is older than Kaepernick, right? Alex Smith was in the league since 2002, 2003, so that was a much different time. The man is in his late 30s. But still, once Alex Smith got under a better coach like Jim Harbaugh and Reed, he's been consistent most of his until now. The Chiefs have remained in the playoffs. Since the 49ers had Kaepernick in there after those 2 NFC Championship games, they didn't make the playoffs at all. In Jim Harbaugh's last season, they went 8-8. Then they went from 8-8 to 2-14, then 1-15. They only won 1 game out of 16. 1-16. That's horrible. Okay? Whereas Alex Smith he kept a winning record. All right? So I'm gonna I hope that basically gets clear to y'all, okay? Again, I know some of you pro-blacks, you revolutionaries, you won't understand and don't get it. And this is another thing I want to say too, man. And this is what I still don't understand. Out of this whole protest thing, right? As much as y'all complaining that the NFL is racist, okay, the NFL is this and that, ain't none of y'all went on strike about Kaepernick neither. That's another thing I'm still trying to figure out too, right? When Colin Kaepernick supposedly took that knee for against police brutality, which I support, okay? I'm not against Kaepernick protesting. I told y'all that. I'm against police brutality like him and everybody else, but still, the NFL is all about winning games, right? But let's just say this, right? When Spike Lee told everybody to boycott, how many of y'all actually boycotted? That's watching this video right now. That's been sitting at home watching everything. For those of you who've been on the internet, who've been arguing me on YouTube about Colin Kaepernick, how many of y'all basically took a knee at your job? How many of y'all basically decided not to stand for the national anthem? How many of y'all basically decided I'm going to quit my job because I want to protest with Kaepernick about these issues? How many of y'all actually did that, right? How many of y'all actually stopped buying jerseys? You stopped buying? Yeah, how many of y'all stopped buying this video game here? You see this Madden? How many of y'all stopped purchasing the Madden NFL football for your PS4, your Xbox, or PC because of what was going on with Kaepernick? I know you had that stupid video about the dude, that stupid ass video about some people complaining that the EA had to take Colin Kaepernick's name off those tracks. They had to, okay? Because again, the NFL was being sued by Kaepernick. They wasn't about to be going through him being rewarded by these artists bitches his name. So y'all did all that, right? Yet you still played the game. Y'all still bought the Madden football game. You still turn on your TV screens. You still turn on Sports Central. You still turn on Channel 11 and Channel 4, and you still watch the games. None of y'all boycotted at all, okay? None of y'all. Nobody that's black or brown under the sound of my voice listen to the video actually boycotted. So why do y'all even care so much if these owners and these coaches and GMs don't want to sign Kaepernick anymore, okay? That's what I'm still trying to figure out. After all these videos, people that said against the NFL, none of y'all protested with them. None of y'all went to none of these arenas with a picket sign actually out there protesting. None of them. And speaking of Kaepernick's protests, last time I checked, I ain't seen Kaepernick protesting at no police station at all. I don't see him talking to no officers. I don't see him reaching out to Donald Trump. I don't see him going to none of these meetings. None of that. He didn't meet with no politicians. None of that. Not like what Malcolm Jenkins and Anquan Boldin were doing. So for those of y'all want to call Malcolm Jenkins and coons, shame on you. Because at least Malcolm Jenkins did something. All right? Malcolm Jenkins made it to where the NFL passed that bill so these players could get enough money. So that players like ODB could get the contracts they got. That was all thanks to Malcolm Jenkins. So that money could go towards these NFL players can handle these issues off the field. All right? But again, for those who have a problem with the NFL, how many of y'all actually stop dealing with the NFL altogether? None of you. Okay? So what I've been telling y'all before, this is all fake. It's all fake. That's why I don't take this protest seriously. I don't. All right? Yeah, I'm against police brutality. Don't get me wrong. But how we go speak up for a guy? How we go follow Kaepernick when Kaepernick doesn't speak up himself? I didn't even agree with Jay-Z calling him Muhammad Ali because Kaepernick is nowhere near what Muhammad Ali was. For one, for starters, when Muhammad Ali was boxing in his professional career, the world was different, okay? Black folks was out here struggling with segregations. We weren't treated equally or fairly at all. So that was a different time. 2, on top of that, there was no social media at all, okay? 3, Muhammad Ali spoke up for himself. Muhammad Ali didn't need no handler. Muhammad Ali spoke up about what he believed in. Muhammad Ali defended himself in the ring and off the ring. Okay? So let's get that now. Colin Kaepernick, all you gonna do is go on Twitter and tweet. That's not the same as going out in public and speaking. That's not the same as doing a press conference, telling people about how you feel. And Colin Kaepernick really wanted to play football, he would have made an open statement already, and he would have been spoke, went on Instagram Live, went on do the YouTube like I'm doing, and told y'all directly, told these NFL coaches, these owners directly that he wants to play. He's not going to do that at all. Why? Because George Soros and Black Lives Matter, Ness Nitty, and any of these people that's basically writing him paychecks. Yes, I said it. Colin Kaepernick is getting paid off camera. Just in case y'all didn't know, this man made at least around $19 million over the last year. So he really didn't sacrifice nothing. That's why I don't understand about that Nike campaign. You can't compare what happened to Pat Tillman, who basically gave his life out there in the war. Pat Tillman died for this country, fighting against the enemy. And yeah, he got attacked by Philly Fire, but that could happen to anybody. Okay, so I don't want nobody bring that up. But you can't say that Colin Kaepernick sacrificed everything, but when Pat Tillman gave up his life, that's different. See, when you sacrifice everything, that means you give up your house, you give up your money, you lose up your money, you lose your cars, you lose your family, you lose your life. That's losing everything. Colin Kaepernick didn't lose nothing when he bought a condo in New York for $3 million. Okay, that man been living in New York in luxury. Okay, so let's just get that out there. He didn't sacrifice nothing. That's why so many people are upset with Nike over that. But again, Nike's all about money. Nike feel okay. We gonna make Colin Kaepernick. We're gonna put this ad for Colin. You know what I'm saying? The black community gonna buy it. So that's what they did. They was thinking about a paycheck. They wasn't thinking about nothing about how other people may feel about that at all. How offensive it may be. They didn't care. But again, the NFL knows what's going on already. A lot of these owners know what's going on. And another thing I'm going to say before I leave too, none of these owners was all calling each other on the phone, telling each other that Dr. Cy Kaepernick. No. When the NFL season is going on, none of these owners could actually talk to their owner about nothing. Why? Because that's the enemy. Okay? That's your opponent. That does not happen. Y'all must think these 50, 60 something year old, 7-year-old men is that stupid. No. No, they don't. The only time a team can communicate with another team is when they about to exchange a trade. And that's GM to GM. Okay? For example, Jerry Jones can't contact Belichick about a conversation about what you need to do with another player. That cannot happen. The only team Belichick and Jerry Jones going to change conversations when they on the phone talking to each other about exchanging a draft pick for another player you got on there. That's the only time they're going to communicate. So all this about the owners, basically conspiracy Dr. Cy Kaepernick is full of crap. That's all it is. That's just Black Lives Matter trying to stir the pot like they've been doing to get y'all to believe something that ain't there. No, I done had enough of this already. This is enough of it already. Let's just get out the way, man. Kaepernick does not want to play football. He does not care anymore. Y'all shouldn't care either. It's time to move on from that. Because me, myself, personally, I'm tired of it. I don't know how many times I got to explain it to people before they get it and understand it, but y'all gonna see how it is, because the man don't speak up for y'all at all. As much as Kaepernick say he's against police brutality, he ain't said nothing at all since his last football season, since he was the quarterback of the 49ers. Since he opted out, he ain't said nothing. He said nothing, he ain't gonna say nothing either, because he has no end game, he has no plan at all. None. Him trying to get down on the knee and protest, you can't do that unless you got a plan. You can't do that unless you're going to be hitting them streets out there having rallies at the police stations trying to get certain officers to go to jail for their police brutality. All right? So let's just make that understanding now, because I'm getting tired of hearing about it. And it's obvious that Shannon Sharp, and especially Max Kaepernick, they paid off by these same organizations to keep talking about Kaepernick. It's obvious. But no, the Redskins don't want to have the same thing that went down with Alex Smith in Washington, in the San Francisco go on in Washington, because Alex Smith is truly the better quarterback. They ready to take their chances with with a Josh Johnson or Mark Sanchez. Okay, that's the video, folks. I hope that got some understanding to my subscribers, man, because y'all need to understand what's going on. I mean, this whole thing was nonsense. It really was. Yeah, how Kaepernick be a blackball when he opted out of a guaranteed contract he had in San Francisco? On top of that, the Ravens is going to bring him in. He lets his girlfriend say racist treats. They let his girlfriend be racist. He'll check her. The Denver Broncos going to offer him a deal. He turned that down. I mean, come on now. You know what I'm saying? John Elway didn't have to lie. This stuff happened. Okay? But no. Alex Smith, they got Alex Smith under contract. They're not going to bring Colin Kaepernick in. And his fans going to be expecting Colin Kaepernick to start even next season. And Alex Smith still is the starting quarterback. Because when Alex Smith recovers from injury, going into the offseason next year in 2019, that's Alex Smith's job to lose. Alex Smith's going to be the starting quarterback, because already he's already had the Redskins in position to take the division before the injury. Okay? And you got to understand that playbook Jay Gruden is running is not like the Niners at all. And Colin Kaepernick has already proved in his last season that he doesn't do well against certain playbooks. Okay? So for you people who don't get it, you haters, you internet revolutionaries, you pro-blacks that's defending Kaepernick, get that through your skulls, okay? It's football reasons why he's not there, all right? And if you got Alex Smith as your starting quarterback, you don't want to bring Kaepernick in, so Colin Kaepernick will try to take his spot, and Alex Smith will be fighting with Kaepernick, and they'll be fading each other on and off the field in the locker room over that starting spot. Now, you can't have one of those disasters, okay? Not like what happened in San Francisco. Anyways, folks, that's the video. Stay blessed, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.